Hi there, you had mentioned that you wanted to have Casey learn how to settle, essentially, which I think is a fantastic idea. Casey, she can be a little anxious sometimes, and so being able to bring herself down and calm herself is a fantastic skill for her. So I've got some treats here, and I'm going to readjust the camera so you can see her a little bit better. But I basically got a little blanket here. Those very fancy tassels. You want it to be something that she doesn't see all the time. You only want to take out this mat. It could be a bath mat, it could be a towel, it could be anything. But you want it to be something she doesn't see all the time, like a bed or something you already have around the house that she uses a lot. Because you can't really look at her and say, you can't really look at her and say, Casey, relax. But you can put down the mat, and then I just kind of take a deep breath. I just take a deep breath so she gets the idea that we're just relaxing. And then, good girl. And then I'm going to treat her for everything that she does that's a little more relaxed than whatever she was doing prior to that. So the steps might be maybe she's walking around. She begins to have some snacks on the mat, and then pretty soon, as she becomes convinced that they're going to keep coming, she will kind of settle into a sit, and then eventually, over the time, she might settle into a down. The down is more relaxed than a sit, and then that down can become more and more relaxed. In my training with her, even doing a down, she tends not to even go all the way up. She's always kind of poised and ready to pop back up. She never just completely settles in. So she might start in that real straight down that she does quite a lot, and then I'm going to treat her, not yet, then I'm going to treat her as, say, she rocks over a little bit, as she starts to put her head down. Anything that looks a little more relaxed, I'm going to start treating for. So she already can see. She's here ready to play the game. She's looking at my treats, and she's pretty familiar with how this works. So, trying to get this so you can see her face as well. Okay, I'm going to toss her off again, just to start over, so we get a clean slate here. And then I'm going to maybe drop one on the mat, and I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm just going to go. Awesome. And she recognizes that breath as a sign that we're going to play the game. And she's starting to kind of step into that deep, there it is. Okay, and as you can see, she's already in that kind of curvy sit. She's already got that, her hips are kind of rocked over, which is great. I love that. Initially, she was in that real straight down, but because we played this so often, I think she understands now what's going on. So now I'm going to treat her for everything she does. It's a little more relaxed. Her ears look soft to me. Her eyes look soft to me. She's interested, obviously, in the next little. Yes, I'm going to treat that, where she put her head down. She put her nose down. Yes. Every time she's putting her nose down, I'm going to feed that. Sorry, I missed that one. She's like, hey up. Yes. Now she's starting to hold it for a little longer, her nose down. So I'm going to wait for just a couple seconds. I'm going to treat that. She looked away, which to me looked very polite and very, yes, very polite and very relaxed. Love that. I love that, putting her head on her paw. Yes, good girl. And I love that there's really nothing going on. There's no tail wagging. There's no really alert look, like her ears aren't really, well, they are just now. Her ears aren't really, yes, perked forward. She's maybe just soft ears, soft eyes. Her face muscles look relaxed. I'm going to treat her when she gets back into sniffing her own mat. Yes, because it says she's not staring at me with my treats. Yes, I love that, with her head on her paw. That That's a little fast. I'm not going to treat that one. I'm trying to get her to hold it a little longer. Yes, very nice. I think I'm going to count to 4. That will be kind of my criteria, that she hold her head down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little jumpy, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good girl. And over time, I'll start to ask for more duration. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good girl. Very, very nice. So where you go with this exercise, you know, if you've got time to sit around in front of the television and do this for, 20 minutes, she can get really relaxed. But, nobody has time all the time to do all that. And the real value in this exercise, or the most of it, comes from that period of time where she was super excited into where she goes into the D-O-W-N and puts her head down. I spell D-O-W-N because I don't want to say it and make this into an obedience thing. So really that time from when she's standing around to where she gets down and starts putting her head down. So there's a little excitement. Did you hear that little squealing? That was a little tiny whiny sound. So that says she's a little more tense about when the next one is coming. Yeah, so that's a great time when she's a little tense to ask her to relax. And then the food comes. And that's really the way you're using this exercise, is you're going to start to, maybe in places where she would normally be a little more agitated. Say you have a visitor over, new people in the house, even outside, just watching outside on the front porch, just the neighborhood and the world going by, cars and what have you. Having her just doing this relaxing, practicing, pairing the sensation of being relaxed around the things that make her a little agitated. She's like, stop talking and feed me. So anyway, that's what we're working on here. She's a good girl. She says, I'm getting right into the bag. She's like, I'm getting right into the treats. So I love working with her. She's a good girl. And we'll just keep working little by little on all chinging down the list. All right, take care.